Head coach McGee, Moody, another huge night for you guys. 2 more All-Americans start with Niels. 7th in the 100 breast. It's his best ever finish in that event. Talk about what he did today.
Niels was great. I mean, he came into the meet seated 21st. He's a better 200 swimmer than he is 100, so we're pretty excited about what tomorrow holds for us. A couple little slip-ups tonight, I think, with tempo going into a second wall, but all in all, another great swim. 7th place finish. We didn't put him back in the A final last year. We did that this year as the first time for him. Sets himself up really well for tomorrow in the 200.
Tom, maybe the surprise of the day for you guys, came in seated 28, made the consolation finals of the 400 IM. It was a huge day for him.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, we were talking even this morning as we got here to warm up whether or not we were going to declare false start him in that or not, because we really wanted him to be ready for the mile tomorrow. Tomorrow's really our strongest day as a program. So giving him a good shot to get into that mile A final in the top 8 is big for us. But we decided to go ahead and do it. It paid off big for us. He got in that B final. Had another solid swim tonight. It was his second fastest swim ever, fastest being this morning with a 3:43. So, we've had a meet that we haven't had an event yet that we haven't scored in, and we haven't had an event yet where we haven't broke a school record. So, actually haven't had an event where we haven't gone a PR yet. So this has been a pretty solid meet for us up to this point. So going into tomorrow, we're in a pretty tight team race in between 15th and 19th place. We're looking to try to get in that top 15. So we got to have a good morning tomorrow in the 2 breast and then just race the miles.
Go ahead.
What is the addition of Mark Bernardino on your staff meant to the Carolina program?
I'm going to tell you, there's not a day that goes by that we don't all get the opportunity to learn something from him, and that was part of my goal. I think Bear Bryant had a quote a long time ago. He said, "You never hire somebody you can't learn something from." And so what Mark has done and what he has an unbelievable talent of doing is making these young men and women believe that they can achieve things really that physically they probably shouldn't be able to do. They've really bought into the philosophy that we've kind of created as far as our distance program has kind of built over the past few years, and the hiring of Mark was more than I could have ever wanted it to be, thought it could be. So just bringing that in, it's as much as not, I guess it's more a mental and attitude type thing than it is even a physical thing. I've seen Mark put out some great workouts for our distance group, and then I've seen him work through them mentally through that set so they achieve it at the end, which that's a big thing. Those guys, they work really hard in that group, and so to see them being able to enjoy some of this week is a good thing.
How about the presence of Akram on the team? What's he meant to the other men on the team?
I'm not sure I've ever seen somebody that can do the things that he does in practice. He's a young man that he's got a metronome in his head, and when you tell him a certain number, he's going to hit it, and he knows exactly how many strokes he needs to take. He knows what that feels like to his body, and we work a lot on pace with him in practice. We work a lot on racing with him in practice. The thing last night with him in the 500, if you look 200 to 500, he was just as fast as Townley and Mitch Dorigo. First 200, he just didn't have that upfront speed. So we sat down and talked about last night when Mark and Akram and our whole group talked about building upfront speed and what we're going to do to increase that. The big thing about it is Akram has a mile that in that last 650 yards, he's tough to beat. If he's within a body length of anybody in the lead, I like our guy. So Akram is a young man who he's got big goals. He wants to be an NCAA champion, and he wants to win an Olympic medal. That's his thing. So that's what we work with every day in mind, and we're starting to see some results from that.